The night that never ended. They say that before death, a human being sees their entire life flash before their eyes. But Jyoti Singh, before dying, saw hell. 60 minutes of hell. December 16th, 2012, 9:20 p.m. A young woman sat inside a bus, an ordinary bus, an ordinary night. But inside that bus were 6 devils. What happened in the next 60 minutes was so horrifying that it shook the entire world. Millions poured onto India's streets. 4 men were executed. But the real question is, what really happened inside that bus? How did an ordinary journey turn into a ride toward death? And were they really alone? Tonight, we go back to that night, minute by minute, second by second. This is the story of Nirbhaya, the story that will not let you sleep. Part 1. The Last Moments of Happiness. December 16th, 2012. It was an ordinary winter day in Delhi. Jyoti Singh was a third-year physiotherapy student. She went to her classes like any other day. In the evening, her friend, Awindra Prasad Pandey, called her. They decided to watch a movie, Life of Pi. Before leaving, Jyoti's mother said, "Come back early, don't be late." Those would be the last words she ever heard from home. At Select City Mall, Saket, they laughed, talked, and watched the movie. At 8:50 p.m., the movie ended. They stepped outside, ready to go home. They tried to get an auto. One didn't stop. Then another. Then another. At around 9:15 p.m., they stood at the Munirka bus stop. Cold wind, empty roads. If only an auto had stopped. If only they had left earlier. But fate had other plans. Part 2. The Devil's Ride. At 9:20 p.m., a bus arrived. White in color, blue stripes. Bus number DL1PC0149. It was a private bus. Its permit had already expired. A young man leaned out and asked, "Munirka?" They boarded the bus. Inside, something felt wrong. 5 men were already sitting there, watching them closely. The bus started moving fast. Too fast. "This is the wrong route," Awindra said. The driver turned back and smiled. A cold smile. Suddenly, the door inside the bus was locked. That sound changed everything. One by one, the men stood up. 6 men, metal rods in their hands. This was not their first crime. But Jyoti was different. She fought back. Part 3. 60 minutes of hell. Awindra tried to protect her, but he was beaten brutally until he lost consciousness. Now Jyoti was alone. What followed cannot fully be described in words. The bus kept moving through Delhi for more than an hour. Past homes, past cars, past people. No one stopped it. Some later said they heard screams but thought it was a wedding. At around 10:30 p.m., the bus stopped on a deserted road. Jyoti and Awindra were thrown out. The bus was driven over them. Then the men left, as if nothing had happened. Part 4. The Fight for Life. Jyoti was still alive. She was taken to the hospital. Doctors were shocked by her injuries. She identified her attackers. The country erupted in anger. She was flown to Singapore for treatment, but her injuries were too severe. On December 29th, 2012, Jyoti Singh died. She fought for 13 days. Part 5. Justice and Questions. The accused were arrested, tried, and convicted. On March 20th, 2020, 4 of them were executed. Justice was delivered. But did anything truly change? Crimes continued. Fear remained. Ending. Nirbhaya means the fearless one. She fought until her last breath. But the real question is, are we fighting? Or are we still the ones who hear screams and look away? December 16th, 2012, the night that never ended. We remember, and we must never forget.